are now listening to the most talked about blog talk radio station in the universe. Walk in His ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host and the mastermind behind this unforgettable experience, Furman Jackson Jr. You will not be disappointed. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of Walk in His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Tonight's special edition is called Manhood. We are at war. This is a topic that's very dear to me, as this is time for God raising up men to have standards, men to have morals, men to have value. Learning what true masculinity is all about, learning who we truly are instead of being told what we are, but learning who we truly are. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm very excited about the guest panel here tonight. I got a dear friend of mine I've been known for a long time, Jermaine Robinson. He's dealing with the youth, helping when it comes to athleticism, when it comes to team organization, when it comes to helping these young men become better men as they reach that age of manhood. So Jermaine, I want to welcome to Walking His Way Impact Podcast tonight. I appreciate you. I know you're doing a lot of great things back home in Mobile. Explain what's going on, how this got started with you, and pretty much take it from there.
Been coaching Little League football for about 31 years now. Started when my son was 4 years old. And as my son moved from the youth, I felt like it was a great thing to be involved in my community. So I kept coaching. So now it's about 31 years. And now I kind of advanced to be a youth sports figure. I travel around the world hosting youth football events, man. I have, as you see in the background, I have a big event coming up in Mobile, Alabama. It's called the Labor Day Weekend Classic, going on September 2nd through the 4th. Teams, we have 17 come from around the world, man, to come participate. And it's been successful since 2019.
And that's what's up right there. And I just got my cousin here. D, what's up with you, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, I
How you doing, D?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, appreciate you taking time out to be a join me on tonight's topic. I know you've been talking about being on here for a while. We finally made it happen. And we're going to get off into the nice topic discussion. And I know you are an entrepreneur yourself. So let the audience know who you are, what you represent, and just take it from there.
My name is Demetrius Woodard. What I do for a living is I started a trucking company, a small trucking company. And it's been going pretty good so far. What else to know?
And I appreciate you again. But like I said, we're talking about manhood tonight. We are at war. And we know that the war is going on every day. You see this on social media. You see it in the streets. You see it in the community. You see it everywhere. Where we feel like we have lost our direction in life. We see a lot of women being uplifted, which is nothing wrong with that, but we're seeing the men being downgraded more and more. And the time to have men to be lifted up, especially find out who we truly are. Growing up, when you was a boy, you was taught to do certain things, not do certain things, but never coming into the realization of learning who we are. Paul said when I was a child, reason as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
That's right.
So now is we have men in men body, but still have childish ways. And I just want to enlighten on this topic tonight, hardcore, edgy, no hold back. And I'm gonna ask Jermaine, when it comes, what's the first thing to you when it comes to manhood? We are at war. What's the first thing that pops in your mind when you hear that?
I kind of feel like a person, as a man, you have to go through certain things to become a man. As far as myself, like I had told you, you know where I come from, and as far as being an ex-gangster, ex-drug dealer, had to serve 18 months in the state penitentiary. I think, that experience really made me a man, made me respect life, made me respect the person who I am. I found myself.
Man,
And
that's
that's
deep.
that is right there. And same thing, Demetrius. When you hear the word manhood, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Man, just being true to yourself, um, being honest with others, just man, just just going out working and just trying to be the best person that you can be, which is hard in society because you got people want to downplay good men. You got women who don't understand what a good man is. They may get a good man and then try to downplay him like he a little boy. You know what I mean? And so it's hard, you know what I mean? But we got to stay positive and just kind of work our way through it. You know what I mean? And so I know I've been through a lot. I've been through a
Yeah,
lot. And with that being said, you still got to stay positive. You still got to keep your faith in God. You know
Right,
what I mean? Just don't give up on God. You know what I mean? And always keep going no matter what. Don't never stop. Always just keep going.
right. And most definitely on that. And just the realization of coming to the content of who we are, our mindset, the way we think. If you
Hmm.
look at scripture, it talks about do not be conformed to this word, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Meditate on the word day and night. We know that this right here is the main thing we have to change on a regular
mm-hmm.
basis. It's not just a
Right.
one-time thing. Okay, gonna do it, and bam, that's it. No, this like constant thing we have to battle with, because the real battle is ourselves.
Yep.
Paul said, "When I try to do good, evil is always present."
Be there.
And he wasn't talking about. I don't know what Paul was going through. We don't know, but we could tell that it was a battle right there when he said, "When I try to do good, evil, oh wretched man that I am." What you want to say on that,
Speaking on
Jermaine?
that, speaking on that subject right there, what you just said, sometimes be some good men that run across a woman that been through a whole lot of self. So we have to take on the baggage and all the insecurities and the all the things she went through with other men. She bring it forth to the good man, and we feel like we're not appreciated. You know, like these days, I coach youth football, and you ought to see some of the kids how they handle their mothers, somehow the mothers handle their kids. They treat their kids like their man, and treat their man like a child. You can tell a man what to do, but you can't tell your child what to do. And that's a bad situation too. That's in the world today. Women want to control the man, but you can't tell your kids what to do. You see?
Right, and we know we see it all the time. Going back, you think just the lack of identity, the lack of
Mhm.
awareness that goes on. If you look at some guys today, they act like they can't do without a woman. They don't know who they
Mhm.
are. They gotta have somebody, but no, like, do you know who you are? I mean, you hear this old saying, "She makes me my better half," but we already should have been better before she came along in the picture? Because like we put her up on a pedestal,
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
make her the god of our life, and
Right.
then we lose ourselves in the process. What do y'all want to say on that one?
Man, that's
I
real.
mean, yeah, in the
Go ahead.
Bible say he who finds a wife finds a great thing. But it say a family that prays together, stays together as well. So if you're not grounded and rooted, if y'all not attending, you know, um, a church where you can grow together spiritually, you know, not just physically, it's not gonna unequal yoke. It's not gonna work anyway.
That's true. That's so
Yeah,
true.
that's
Oh,
true.
was Demetri anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you got two separate, religions in a house, it does make it hard. It makes it hard to come together. And so, if you have kids together, you definitely don't want the kids to be confused about which way they should go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they'll be all over the place. So you want your kids to be more solid. You want your boys to be solid, your daughters to be solid. And so that's why it's very important for a family to pray together, stay together, work together. You know what I mean? So I truly understand that. I, I understand that.
And as far as a man, as far as just being a man, we are at war, man. I don't think some women understand. It's really hard on us, Like Demetrius, he owned his own business now. Before he owned his own business, I'm quite sure he worked for somebody. You have to go to work. You might not even like your job. Your kids not appreciative these days. The father have to go to work, have to put up with a job he probably don't like. It might be somebody on the job that rubs him the wrong way. He have to come home and do the honeydews itself. So it's a lot a man have to go through. Then he come home to a nagging woman or a fussing woman or a complaining woman. That's a war. That's a war.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. You already get beat up in the world anyway, because soon you step out that door, we are already at war. We're at war in the community, place of employment, place of business, you name it. We constantly at war. But the thing about it is men getting back into that role of leadership, getting back to their integrity, character. Back in the day, we had a lot of strong male figures growing up. The masculinity growing up. You seen on Good Times, you seen James Evans. He was the leader in the household. He made sure his family was taken care of. He worked multiple jobs, but he made sure his family was taken care of. He didn't up and leave when things got tough. We don't see those type of men growing up no more. We see it on television. We see more of the single mother, children, when the man is not present at all, period. And we get that stuff get plays in people's minds, especially you look on social media. Some women think all men are bad because of what's been programmed in their head. I understand they had some bad experiences, but you just can't say that all men are bad. You can't feel like, well, I don't feel like I gotta be this man's mother because of your experience, because your cloud judgment. What y'all want to say about that one?
I mean, a lot of women. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, man. I always step up because I gotta hear that in my house. From time to time or whatever. My girl. She always be like, she talk to me like she my mom. And I have to tell her, it's cool. Like I take your advice on a lot of things, but some things you don't have to be so strongly opinionated about. You know what I mean? You don't have to come at me like you my mama. You know what I mean? Like you trying to tell me what to do. You don't have to do that. Like I understand what's going on around us right now, and I understand that there's things that need to be taken care of. And I always think like I don't know who she used to talk to. You know what I mean? Maybe she had to push them fellas to get it together. You know what I mean? And so she had to become their mama. You know what I mean? And that's kind of messed up. When you got brothers out there like that. And I had to hear this from a woman, man. You got some men who's not taking charge, and they do sit back and allow the woman to do everything. You know what I mean? You can't do that. And you do got men out there that do that. They'll sit back and let that woman take on everything. You know what I mean? And so we do have men out here who do need to step it up and do better.
What's that, Jermaine? You want to add on that?
And like G was saying, also you have women making their own money now, so they feel like they don't need a man. And like I said before, a lot of them been through a lot, so they don't want to trust a man. If they do trust a man, they're bringing all their baggage into the new relationship.
Yeah, so then like I said, we see this all the time, we see it all the time. We see it on a regular basis. We see when it comes into our community, we see this stuff all over the place. I know, Jermaine, as you being a coach, you see it all the time with the boys. A lot of times you may see more mothers out there than you may see more fathers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see a whole lot of that.
And a lot of that is the difference, not being absent. But I really want to focus on a solution. I really want to focus on, we see the problem, but let's bring the solution to the problem. In my own personal life, in my own experiences, learning who I am. Even though I'm 40 years old now, I'm learning who I am. I look at it from a spiritual standpoint. God is eternal. He don't see time. We see time because we in this human body, but he's eternal. So 1,000 years are just one day to him. But the one I'm getting into is the mindset, changing the way we think. writing down things that we want in our lives. We talked about this last night on the podcast with the ladies. I start writing out things. That's why I tell guys, get your notebook, get your pen, paper, pencil, whatever you need to get. Write down things that you want. I start writing down things that I want in my life, making sure I'm top priority. We was always taught that the woman is above. We need to put the woman up here. Nah, we have to be up here because at the end of the day, I learned that we are the prize. The man is the prize. He's the head. The woman, she's to help me. She comes along and helps aside you. But how are we going to get to that point if we're not knowing who we are? The integrity, the discipline, being ambitious, driven in life that, hey, I know who I am. I command presence. I walk in authority because the Bible said we're made in the image of God and his likeness. So when you look at that, that's a powerful thing that we're made in the image of the Creator himself. So we know that God is all powerful. We know God is all knowing. And getting to that place that we need to be. I hear a lot of people say, I'm a king, I'm this, but do you understand what a king is? A king ain't nobody that, I'm a king, I say it, but I'm not walking like it. I'm not commanding praises when I walk in a room somewhere, walking my head held up high, and not just put on an image. We hear a lot of guys doing a lot of shows. When you heard about image, when they say image, they think, okay, you gotta get your money up, you wear the nicest clothes, you drive the nicest car, but that's gonna draw the wrong attention from the woman, because that woman sees that, she gonna be what they call them gold diggers. She gonna with you for the status. But but if you that man that's confident in himself, he got his head on straight, whether you believe or not, I'm still gonna be good. But then when a man stands in his own, man gonna stand regardless, whether you walk out him or not. He gonna keep standing. But then she gonna realize, dang, I do got a man, and I don't have a boy. Cause we gonna take charge. The man gonna take the initiative. He gonna take charge. He gonna go out and he gonna go the extra mile for himself, for his family. If you married or you got kids, and on top, that's our legacy. Me and legacy are very important. That bloodline is very important. And I know y'all are fathers yourselves. I'm not a father, but I know I have fathers on here with me tonight. What is the legacy? I'm starting with you, Jermaine. What is the legacy that you're gonna leave for your kids? Because being a man, I know that bloodline, that last name is very important.
The legacy I want to leave to, especially to my boys, take care of your kids like I've taken care of y'all. And I ask of my daughter to be in the likeness of her mother, because her mother was a godly woman.
Man, that was up right there. What about you, D?
Ask that question one more time.
That legacy, that man, that bloodline, that your last name, that's important to us, man. You gotta, that legacy, you know what I'm saying? Change that family tree. That's what we should be focused on, changing that family tree, because you got kids. I know the Bible says, good man leave inheritance for his children. So what is the legacy that you want to leave for your children, not just for your children, but for their children as well?
Man, I always tell my son to keep good work ethic. You know what I mean? My daughter, well, my son's the oldest, so he's like 21. So he's in college right now. So I always tell him that no matter what you do, I don't care if it's selling cars, washing cars, whatever, always be 100 at it. You know what I mean? So, that's what I always tell him. I tell my daughter that, I always work hard, keep good work ethic. You know what I mean?
And that's what we're talking about. That the character building, building that character. Like you said, work ethic. We don't growing up back in the day when it was summertime, you just go out there, cut grass, save money. When you was young, and you start your first job, you wanted to get your car, you save for it. But we don't see that no more. We don't see a lot of the youth now getting out there working like they did just when they wanted something. What happened in the midst of all that? Like I said, growing up back in the day, we just get out there, work. If we wanted something, we got there and work, and we saved for it. It's not in this generation. Go ahead.
It's because the men have stopped Okay, so hold on. I'm a
All
camera
right.
went out.
Okay.
Okay, so the men have stopped training kids up as the way they should go. For us like let them come outside, we should cut the grass, take them and show them how to work, teach them how to be a man. Like you said, most parents, of course, women are single parents, so they don't have a man to show them anything. So they grow up without a father figure, and their mom did everything for them. Say, I was looking for a handout because mom is spoiling them. They don't
Yeah.
have men in the household these days to show them the men the things. If they
And
don't
that's
see a man, if they don't see a man get up and go to work every day, they're not gonna want to get up and go to work every day.
And
that's
that's
true.
real. That's real. Man, you know what? Let me tell you something, man. I've been like, man, I was with my baby mama, man. You know, it was like I was trying to be there for my kids and all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we went together, so she started hating. You know what I mean? And so all the work that I put in with my son, with my daughter, all that, man, it's like she just snatched it away from me. You know, took the kids' love, wouldn't let me see them, all that, you know. And then like I don't know, like about 4 or 5 months later, it was like when she finally started coming around and let me get them, it was like everything that I put into them wasn't even there no more. I
Yeah.
had to start all the way back over. My little boy was a crybaby. My little girl, she was fairly, you know, she was okay. She listened. For some reason, I guess the girls catch on faster than the boys. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
as I started putting it back into them and praying with them and getting them back on track, they had to go back with mama. And then when they go back with mama, then it was like
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
whole nother fight
That
again. You know what I
and
mean?
that's a war right there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, God, it's tough. I mean, it really is tough because we look at it now. We have more, especially incarceration. We see more males, young boys, being incarcerated, which means a generation is being cut off.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
know, these kids out here committing crimes, parents still spoil them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
there's no accountability at all when it comes to our community. There's no accountability. You know what I'm saying? Mom gonna be mama. She gonna, no matter right or wrong, she gonna bring that
Mhm.
love in. You know what I'm saying? The father,
Yeah.
he's a disciplinarian. I mean, he gonna beat you behind. You did wrong. He gonna pull that belt out. He gonna deal with you as a
Mhm.
man.
That's what they
And we
feel.
don't have that because, like I said, it's more mothers than fathers in the household now. You
Yep.
have very few fathers, but it's not many. But I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm 40. I'm still scared of my dad because when I say that, because the respect, the reverence of your
Yeah.
father, because you know you got out of line. You know, daddy gonna deal with you.
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Then the
That's
mama gonna let daddy deal with you when because you know when he was coming in, he was gonna deal with you, but it was love. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Now we don't even see that no more. We see children run the household. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
got Dwayne Wade's son telling him what he should do. He's 11 years old. He's telling him what to do.
And see,
Mhm.
You
that's
know,
not
so,
good. That's not
because
good at all.
I mean, because that's your household. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your rules is, that's your house, that's your domain, that's your kingdom. These are the rules. Everywhere you go in life, we have rules. If you go on somebody's job, they got rules and regulations. You have your own business, you have rules and regulations. Jermaine with the coach, you have rules and regulations. Rules
Mhm.
still stand. You're not finna compromise with nobody. You're not finna be in for nobody. You're not trying. I'm trying to be accepted by everybody. But the lack of integrity
Mhm.
that we're missing. We don't hear integrity no more. We don't hear about being disciplined no more. We don't hear. It's a lot, man. It's going on with us right now. But getting on the track where we need to get on track. It's gonna get everybody? No, it's not. Some people gonna get it, some ain't gonna get it. But
Yep.
starting today, starting now, and like I mentioned earlier, I start writing down things that I desire. Now I ain't talking about material things. I'm talking about character-wise, the discipline, the ambition, the drive. Whatever you do, you put in 1,000% in what you do. Whether you a truck driver, whether you a coach, whether you a podcast, whatever you do, fellas, put in 1,000% in what you do. don't be slothful in business. The Bible says not to be slothful in business, so it should be slothful. Cultivating skills. I remember back in the day growing up, they were big on trade school. You know, remember back in the day, trade school, get you a trade. You tell somebody go to trade school, that's like a dirty word. But you don't realize when you get the trade, you make more money than somebody who got a college degree because if you do side work, what's gonna happen? People gonna call you, do a service, and they gonna pass somebody on to you. But
Yeah,
that trade, they were big on us getting trade. So
and with
now,
that trade, you start your own business. But after that trade, once you learn the trade and get experience, you can start your own business after that trade.
exactly. You know, you just tell somebody not to get a trade. They don't want to hear that trade. Ugh. But they implemented it on us when we was in school. Get your trade, learn a skill, because we all got skills. Whatever your skill is, whatever your gift is, you utilize that gift. And that's another thing that we was never really taught. Utilizing our gift. You know, everybody has a gift. The Bible said that your gift make room for you.
Yeah.
You know, we work. So you work a 9 to 5. You beat up 30 years, you retire, you think you lived a good life. But we haven't, we were just existing, we weren't living. Gifted. You know, your children got gifts. Are we seeing more of that men now are telling or get into their gifting? When I say gift, getting into their life purpose, getting into their life calling. So I'm start with you, Jermaine. What do you feel about the life calling, getting into our gifts, utilizing our gifts? Because God gave everybody a gift. He didn't intend just us to be on earth, just to be existing, but we're supposed to be living.
Like I taught spiritual gift class at Mount Hebron Church, so I'm pretty well in tune to the spiritual gift class and the spiritual gift itself. I consider myself as a coach, so I have the spiritual gift as a teacher and a giver.
Right. We say about that, we're about the gifting because we don't hear, like I said, utilizing your gift because everybody got a gift. And when you see a gift, it's just second nature. You automatically going to walk into it, but also going to cultivate that gift because you constantly learning and constantly evolving with your gift. And so, what you say about that one, D?
Man, I always try to help people do better, showing them the way. You know what I mean? I try to give advice all the time to different guys who are young men who's out there working and they working their 9 to 5 or whatever. And I always say, man, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? Do you want to keep doing this, or do you want to work on your gift? You know what I mean? Work on what you really talented at, because everybody has a talent, and you probably deal with your talent from time to time, but you don't really know it's a talent. You know what I mean? And so I come across people every now and then and ask them, what are your talents? What do you really like to do? You know what I mean?
And
so I try to help push them towards that.
Your spiritual gift, you're an encourager.
Yeah. Yep. I like to encourage people to do better. Yep.
Yeah, that's spiritual gift.
Yeah, because because you do that, you want people to excel into what they want in life. You know, that drive, that ambition. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want. Having more drive, have more ambition. Your purpose wakes you up at the middle of the night. Your purpose keeps you going. Your purpose keeps you young. And I know coaching, what you're doing, Jermaine, that's ministry all by itself because you take it on many different roles as a coach. So with your experience as a coach, how is that? Because you're dealing with different personality with young men. And all the time, I know you have to be a father to a lot of these young men as well. And I know that you find that fulfilling and rewarding with that.
I ran across a meme a couple of years ago to say I've been called a lot of things in this world, and coach was the best thing I've ever called. Coaching, man, it's an honor to be called coach and to be dealing with young kids because I know my childhood growing up, and I want to be a different type of man. So I want kids to grow up different, And you have to deal with the parents. Sometimes it's a lot go on dealing with parents and dealing with kids once they get a certain age, especially when they get 12, they have showed up messed up attitude. So you have to get it. I got to start at 4 years old. Start at 4 years old, raise a kid, I would say 12, so they already have the understanding, the thin line, coach ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying? we had a, you probably know the team we had. I know my little brother Tiger Port Cook. He remember the team I had. We called it his squad. We had it was 27 players. At least 21 of them got D1 offers, and we instilled them at the age of 4 and 5 that we weren't playing with them, and we had to understand with the parents that we weren't playing with them. Even some single parents brought the kids to us for discipline once they messed up somewhere. So it was like family, man. And salute to all them guys right there, man. A lot of them in college right now playing football.
And that's what's up right there. That's big right there. That you say is a not playing with them. You know, mean what you say. Don't compromise. Don't try to be somebody's friend, but they can realize, hey, when I'm coach, I'll be there for you. You know, we laugh, joke with you, but when it comes to business, hey, this is where it stands at. And that's big. And like I said, I know that's a big responsibility being a coach and to preparing these young men. They love football. I know a lot of them young kids.
I got a story. I think it was our last championship ride with that team. And before the game, me and the rest of the coaches, we were having a meeting. So the referees were blowing the whistle for us to come on to the game. And the boys walked in, they kneeled down, and they did prayer on their own. So it was a white guy referee walked up to us and said, man, that's y'all team? And he was like, yeah, it's our team. You know, me and the rest of the coaches. The coach said, the referee said, man, y'all are classic. You wouldn't expect that from a park, at the park y'all come from, which is 8 Mile Park. He's like, man, y'all class, them kids did a prayer on their own, man. Y'all doing something right.
And that's big right there. Set the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, setting that atmosphere. Demetrius, anything you want to add to comment on?
No, not really. I mean, he said it all, you know what I mean? Because really, you know, the only kids I deal with is my own and my 2 stepkids. And I mean, all I do is just work with them and just encourage them to do better. You know what I mean? My girl's, her oldest boy, he like to play basketball. And so he's pretty good at it. I think he's center. You know what I mean? So he does a good job at it. And I always encourage him to do better, to exercise and push himself a little bit. You know, you can't be lazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't be lazy, man. You know, you got to be there to practice. If you know you got practice, you need to be there. You need to be motivated to be there. Right. You know what I mean? Because your energy helps the team. You know what I mean? That's what I work with.
And I'm glad you had brought that up. You know, just take it on to that one. The work ethic, the discipline, the motivation.
Right.
You know, I said this before. Nobody's not going to come to your front door and tell you, hey, get your life together. You got to want this thing for yourself. Exactly. Being willing, like you telling them, you know, exercise, you know, learn from different players, study film. That's what greats do. I was listening to Kendrick Perkins. He was talking about LeBron when LeBron first started. He said instead of LeBron eating Matt Dillon like he was, he said LeBron was eating fruit, drinking water. He was taking this stuff seriously. You know, I love hearing stories like that from men who take their work seriously because they want to be the best. You want to be that best. Yeah, I'm not saying LeBron, but as you being you always want to be the best at what you do. You always want to learn. You always want to evolve. You always want to become a better version, as they say, of yourself. And you installed that in your son to be the best at what you do in ball. Learn from different players. Watch different game film. Get with different coaches that's already established. So because you always want to be the head of the competition anyway. You know what I'm saying? We should be doing that. I know what, you know, Jermaine, what you coach, I know you want to be ahead of the other coaches, head of the competition with different styles of coaching, different things that I can do to implement the team, to take the team to the next level. That's why I was sharing with, you know, with the team working with on the podcast. You always want to stand out from everybody else. You don't want to be like everybody else. You always want to stand out. That what makes the great ones great. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to be a franchise player or you're going to be a role player. When I say a franchise player going to represent everywhere he go. He going to make the whole organization look good. But you just that role player, you just going to be limited and just feed off the franchise player.
Yeah, you're going to play your role.
Exactly. But franchise player going to put in the work. He going to grind. He going to shine. he about his business. And
That's
that's what
me.
men, we got to be about our business as well as men. So we got some good stuff going on tonight, man. I'm really excited about this topic tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just the fellas, just talking about men stuff, being a better man. I want to talk about character. I want to talk about integrity. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, healing. You know, a lot of guys are now getting healed. We need to be healed from a lot of stuff, trauma stuff that we've been through growing up. We was never taught how to communicate growing up. You know, women communicate all day long. They have long conversations. But when it comes to us, we'll say one word and that's it. So I know that how is the communication work? I'm sorry, if you know with your girl, Demetri, how did that communication work with you? Just being able to communicate with your significant other, because I know that communication is big.
Hold on.
Communication, all right.
Oh yeah. Give me 1 second, man. Somebody just tapped into my doggone phone here.
All right. Let me ask this one, Jermaine. What is about the communication part? How do you handle the communication when it comes to just the interaction? Coming in contact, especially with the kids, the communication.
I mean, first of all, you have to be respectful. You know, you can't go cursing at a kid, just fussing at a kid on communication, because I always put it like I tell the younger coaches, you can't just go chew a kid out. I mean, some of them need chewing out, but it's just a way you have to do it, because imagine yourself at work and your boss man talking to you real crazy. You're not gonna want to work the rest of the day. And the same thing translates to the football field as a kid. You chew them out the wrong way, you're not gonna want to perform.
Because everybody is different, and so everybody has a different way. Some you can just put your foot in their neck, they gonna do. Some you have to pat on the back, and they just gonna go. So you treat everybody different. So in other words, you decipher with the weakness and wherever they weak and where they strong points in. So you focus more on that area when it comes to your players.
Yeah, and you just and these days they call it, you really can't front a person out in front of everyone, because you know that's the new generation. So you have to grab them around the neck, walk them down the sideline, and tell them what you want to tell them. They'll respect you more for that than just chewing them out in front of everybody. And you know, but you have to get them ready for that, for the next level as well, because every coach is not you. See Nick Saban, his players all the time. You know what I'm saying? He had them, you know, in their face. So you can't really just treat like a baby either. So you have to get out of them sometime. You have to let them know why you did it, you know.
That's true. I mean, it will make you great, having that discipline there. Everybody want to be great. I want everybody to be great. You should want to be great. And no matter what you do, like I was saying this before a while back, I was saying, if you wearing your uniform, take your uniform to the cleaners, be the best you at wherever you go. You the man, you represent you. That last name that we got, you represent that last name. You represent your legacy with your last name. I remember Herman Edwards said the best thing a father could pass on to his children is wisdom and his last name.
That's right. That's right. Gotta pass on
Hey,
that
fellas,
wisdom, man.
I'm about to get ready for work.
Okay.
But I want to fulfill my obligations coming on. I thank you, Firm, for coming on. I also like to thank you, man, for being a sponsorship for the Labor Day Weekend Classic, man, and also coming up. If anybody out there want to be a sponsor, y'all contact Firm or contact myself, man. Like I said, we're doing this for the kids, man. If you want to be a sponsor, contact either one of us. D, if you want to be a sponsor, let Firm know as well, man. It's be tax deduct, help y'all in taxes as well, man.
Okay.
So I'm salute, man, and I'm out. I'm getting ready to go to work.
I man, appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, bro.
Thank you again.
All
man,
right.
like I said, appreciate it. Like tonight, we're talking about manhood tonight. We're talking about that integrity. We're talking about the things that you want to do, the things that we get into.
Right.
The mindset, you know, dealing with that mind, man. The mind is something else. The changes, the limitations. Don't limit yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Be confident in yourself. That's what we want to focus on. Be more confident in yourself no matter what you at. Command the present. If you step off somewhere, you walk in that place like you own the place. You don't walk with your head down. You walk with your head up. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yes,
You know, you walk in when you shake somebody's hand, you look straight in the eye because you confident. You build that confidence up.
right.
Um, like I said, knowing your life purpose, knowing what you want to do in life, work on a better version of yourself because you are a king. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a king, you got to act like a king. And in order
That's
for you to
right.
act like a king, you got to change the way you think. So
That's
that's
right.
what you want to talk about. Don't limit yourself. So do you have anything you want to elaborate on before we get out there? You ready to get out there tonight?
Yeah. So like you said, you just gotta, you gotta think like a king, and the way to do that is you gotta have structure. You gotta know where
Mm,
to draw the line in the sand.
right,
You know what I mean? So whenever you talk to someone, you gotta make sure that you're really direct about what
right.
you have to say. That way they can understand you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah.
And then another thing I want to say, do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yep.
do it to please. Don't do it for other people. You do it for you. You know, if you work out for you. You dress nice, you do it for you.
That's
You
right.
about your bid, you do stuff, you do it for you. And you'll draw the right person in. Just like,
That's right.
I ain't gonna lie, me, I used to lack confidence bad. But now my confidence are being built up. I'm working out. People take notice of that. But it
Yeah.
makes you feel good about yourself. But you're doing it for yourself.
Right.
So when you take control of your life, that's what we talked about last night. You take
Hmm.
control of your life. I'm learning to take control of my life and don't let these control me or you allow our emotions because our emotions override our logic. So
Right.
our logic shall override our emotions.
Right.
So being more disciplined, this right here is a lifetime transformation. It's not no one and done. No, this is something we have to constantly train ourselves. It's like what was taught wrong for so long. Now we got to be retaught all over again, so we
Hmm.
know what to do better next time. Because the old saying, when you know better, you do better.
You got to make mistakes. You know what I mean? And so, when you make mistakes, that's how you learn.
Right.
Everything that I've learned from the mistakes. You know what I mean? If when I had, when you have over $60,000, you got to learn how to manage $60,000
Hmm.
because you can lose that money in hours,
Right.
not even seconds. You can lose them in seconds and in hours. And
True.
so you really have to train yourself to manage all these type of things. You know what I mean?
That's true. And
Yeah.
that going back to that discipline part. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
said learn from your mistakes. It's
Yep.
like football players, not just football players, athletes. What the first thing they do at practice? They go watch game film. They go watch what they did right, what they did wrong, and what
Right.
they did wrong, they would correct it.
Correct it.
They
Yep.
fix it. So when they go
Yep.
back, when they go play again, they won't make the same mistake again.
Exactly.
So that same thing we should do in our own life. We should take inventory, take note. Okay, I did this wrong. Okay, I need to go back and make sure I don't do that again.
Right.
So it's
Right.
all about taking. So in other words, it's taking responsibility for our action per se, being accountable, holding
That's right.
ourselves accountable now, but also allow the right people to hold us accountable as well when
That's
we
right.
do wrong. So you should always go back to look at stuff. Okay, implement this, implement that, and it's not wrong with learning. It's not wrong with getting advice. It's not wrong with. We always want to get better. We should be students of the game. You know what I'm saying? I always want to be a student at in anything you do. Be a life student. You know, you got a lot of life coaches out there, but it's all about being
That's
a
that's
student.
exactly why. That's why we need like more positive people around us because we need these people to help us better ourselves. You know what I mean? You need someone to be honest if you're making a mistake somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you're around more positive people, then positive results come from that.
True.
But if you're around negative people, then negative results could come from that. Or you can
True.
learn from the negative and then start working on your positive. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at that.
So, man, like I said, it's just so much work to do. Like I said, that mindset, changing that mind. You gotta change that mindset. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Get your notebook, invest your notebook, write
Hmm.
down things that you want, write down things that you so desire in your life. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. Take inventory. Take control of your life. And that's the thing that I do. I take control of my life. That's something I just started learning, to take control of my life. I write down, okay, how I want to do this, how I want to do that. Make sure, and then I go back over it too. Because a lot of times we forget about what we promised to do for ourselves. Not doing
Right.
it to please other people, but you do it for yourself. So you
Right.
write down what you want, and you go back over it on a regular basis to remind you, to get in your subconscious mind, that once it's embedded in you, you'll start acting, your body will start moving in the direction that you've been thinking on for so long. So that's what it's all about. And becoming better, being better, man. That's what everybody want to do. I want to be better.
That's
I want to
right.
be better, because if you don't believe in yourself, man, life sucks if you don't believe in yourself. But we want
Man.
to talk about believing in yourself. If you're going to do something, men, do it for yourself. Don't do it trying to please a woman. Do it for yourself. Love you. Trust me. Once you do that, you're going to pull in the right woman. Because the woman said, who is that man? You know what?
Right.
Before we got on the air tonight, I was thinking about this. I never looked at it. How a lot of women was always drawn to the bad boy. Realize she was drawn to the bad boy because he was his own man. He was a
Yeah.
leader. He didn't care
Yeah.
what nobody said about him.
Yep.
That was some women were drawn to that.
Yep.
Some people think, oh, why she drawn to? Because he carried himself like he owned the joint. He carried
Yep.
himself that he had his head up high. He didn't care what nobody think about him. And I know it. And I've become a fan. I was reasonable, probably like a year or two of James Bond. You know, I got some James Bond novels at home. James
Oh
Bond
yeah,
was
I
a
love
man.
some James Bond.
If you look how James Bond carried himself. James Bond he was a man of integrity.
Yep.
He was about his business.
Yep.
He didn't show no type of emotion, and the women loved him.
That's why. He was
And
everything in one. You know, he was bad, man. He was bad, good, all that in one. And he carried himself like he knew what he was doing and he knew exactly where he was going.
right,
And
and that
what
was
women
something
don't
women
want
want,
that.
and women want that. Women want that
Yeah.
man he's a leader. He's gonna be about his business. He's not a
Yep.
boy. He's not a male. He's a man. He's
That's right.
gonna carry himself as a man, and that's what it. And that's what it. He said these are facts. And I'm a woman. We want the leader.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's right. I mean, that's true. The woman, she don't. Let me tell you, a woman don't respect a weak man. You know, I thought being a good guy was right.
Yeah.
Now when I said because of okay, if you're a good guy,
Yeah.
that comes off of you being weak. She wants
Yep.
she wants you to take the initiative action when it comes to certain things. Just like if you take her out,
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm free this weekend. I'm taking you out this weekend. This what time we going. Hey, would you had would you wear the first time I met you, where would you wear the first time I met you? Because when I first met you, what you had on, that all stand out. So I want you to wear that on Saturday night. Women love that because you taking the initiative, like, okay, that's a man right there. He not asking her, what we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? What we gonna do now?
Hey man,
But
hey, women be all over it. They don't
yeah,
play.
that's it. But you know, back in the day, and we heard this too. The older guy would tell you, man, you make love to that woman's mind.
That's right.
Because you become emotionally involved. Once you make love to that woman's mind, she becomes emotionally involved with you. It's
Hmm.
not about between her legs. And that's what a lot of guys do. They look
Hmm.
at it, it's all about trying to get that woman in bed and stuff like that. No, it's not about that. It's all about being one with her, making her know that she is the one.
Facts.
And
Hey, you
that's
know what?
go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
It took several failed relationships for me to learn that. Because when you're young, you don't think like that. You know what I
No, you
mean? You be
don't.
like, oh, I'm finna dive in it. You know what I mean? And so you really don't. You really don't think like that. You have to have several failed relationships to learn and to listen because a woman gonna tell you exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
You have to listen. You know what I
True.
mean? You have to listen.
And then a lot of time, if a woman gonna be true to herself, she's not finna come out at you. She know what you want. She know
That's
exactly
right.
what you want. She not finna say it. She gonna see if you gonna say it. You know, like
Yeah.
growing up back, if you know you like this girl back in the day, you tell somebody, you tell your friend or family member, hey man, go hook me up with that girl, man. Find out she got this going on. Then if you do that nowadays, she'll say you weak. You know, and she ain't gonna respect you, but you go for what you want. You go for what you want. And you
Right.
command that. You know what I'm saying? A
Right.
woman wants that. That does something to her when a man stands with his own. He tells what he wants. And don't be goofy with it too. And don't come off as being creepy either.
Right.
That turns a woman off too.
Yeah.
Being needy. What else the word needy? Being a pest. Being
Yeah.
creepy, man. A woman ain't gonna talk to you if she know you creepy. But if
Yeah.
a woman sense that you are a man that's confident, yeah, she gonna want to roll with you. She'll say, I want to roll with him. And it's not
Yeah.
just something that we just talking about. This is something that's actually going on today. Men being who you are. Fellas, learn who you are. Take time out from who you are. Stop saying I gotta have a woman. Learn who you are first. Another thing I heard, D, that it was a powerful statement I heard the other day.
Okay.
No, people just tell you be yourself. But this guy said, how can you tell somebody to be themselves if they don't know their self-worth?
And that's true. You know what? I had to go through that. You know what I mean? Because I remember, man, when I was trying to get a job. I never forget his name was Jermaine. I didn't know nothing about Jermaine till after I actually learned, met Jermaine and became his friend. But I remember Jermaine called me and said, "Hey, you got the job here at Airmark. How much you think you worth?" And I was just staring at the phone like, uh, $14 an hour. You, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you don't know your self worth, how can you tell somebody else, anything? You know what I mean? So you have to know yourself.
That's true. And another
Yeah.
thing, rejection. You know what I'm saying? If that woman reject you or somebody reject you, look at it did you a favor. You know, because a lot of times because once you love yourself, that stuff is not gonna affect you because you know
Yeah.
what? She reject me, she just did me a favor. That's all. So don't get
Yep.
mad. But the fellas, man, y'all be about y'all person, not about y'all. You know what another thing I learned too, cuz as
What's that?
well, you know, it's all about that confidence. If you that type of dude, I always want to tell women, hey, I got this amount of money, I drive this type of car, these kind of clothes I wear. She gonna play you. She gonna
Yeah,
play you.
man. Yeah,
But it's
cause
not
you,
a go ahead.
yeah, cause you putting on, and that's one thing a woman don't like is a man that put on, cause she gonna make you run it. She gonna make you run it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, she gonna make
that
you run it up.
that's true. And
Yeah.
that's true because I mean, it's the larger of things. So that's good. Happy to see our men growing. Thank you on that. And that's what
Yeah.
it's all about, man. It's all about growth and maturity, meaning what you say,
Yep.
loving what you do, loving yourself. When you love yourself, man, you better love that woman better. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Not only that, when
Yeah.
you're about your business as a man, that woman, she gonna say, I can't wait till that man get home. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? She
Yep.
thinking about you because you got your business.
That's
And
right.
if you just a chump, she gonna play you. Man, a woman do not want to simp. When I say a simp, if you weak and you jelly back, man, she ain't gonna want to talk to you. I'm just sorry.
Nah.
She just gonna play you. She's just gonna play you. That's why the women was always drawn to the bad boy because that bad boy, he didn't care what nobody thought about him. He commanded respect. He had
Mm-hmm.
standards. He had morals, and that's why the women gravitated towards him. James Bond. James Bond is the same way. He don't care what nobody think. He about his business, and they gravitated towards that. And that's how it
Yep.
should be. Not saying you be like James Bond or the people you mentioned, but you be yourself like that. When you are that man, you're not pretending to be. You are that man. Once you know who you are, that last name that you represent, you want that last name to be great for generations to come. We set the
Right.
standard, cuz we set the standard. I know we got a great family. I love our family, great
Yeah.
bloodline. And you
Yeah.
always want to take it to the next level. when it comes to our family, especially the men in our family. So it's all about taking it to the next level, being who you are, being confident in who you are, and that's what we want.
Yep.
Get some mentors, get your life coach, find somebody that can help you along the journey. And to the single guys, work on you. You single, don't focus on I gotta get me a woman. No, because you're
No.
not be married to yourself first. To the
When I
single
was out
men.
there, when I was out there working,
Mm-hmm.
I just focused on myself. You know, when I met my girl, I was really more focused on myself. I wasn't focused on her like that because I knew that I had to get my life together. How can we have a good life if I don't know who I am, if I don't know where I'm going? You know what I mean? I'm gonna stray you all over the place as a man if I don't know where I'm going. You have to know where you're going. You have to know what you stand for. You have to have rules. You have to have knowledge if you want to lead your woman. Because she's looking for that. When she
That's
looks
true.
at you, she's looking for a man with knowledge. She's
That's
looking
true.
for a man who can take control. She's looking for a man who knows what he wants. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And so that's what I fight for every day. You know what I mean? I fight for knowledge. I fight for leadership. I fight for respect. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have respect, you ain't got nothing.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? And you got to have God. You got to put God first over everything to make all these things come together. It's a remedy, right?
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm looking on Facebook Live and I say, great call. I know it's for the men, but I'm learning and men on these topics. So thank you, Brittany, for chiming in on that. And
Yes.
that's what it's all about, man. It's all about taking that charge. It's all about knowing who you are,
Yeah.
learning who you are. That's something that I'm doing myself because I'm learning who I am in this season, in this time in my life. I love reading books, so I read different books. I take different wisdom from different things that I apply to my own life. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So, you know what? Life is beautiful. I'm gonna say this: once you come into the knowledge of who you are, man, life is beautiful.
That's right.
Life
It
is
is.
beautiful. Life is a beautiful thing. And then you want to be around other guys and other people who doing that same thing. Iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So we can't do it by ourselves, but connect with other people, man. Reach out to other people, people that you know already really grounded in this thing, is
Hmm.
already established in this thing. You take it to the next level and you stay motivated. Don't down yourself. I'm gonna say that. Don't down yourself. Don't play yourself. Don't deceive. The Bible said we can deceive ourselves. So don't deceive yourself either. You believe who you are, fellas. Believe who you are. Don't let nobody tell you what you're not. Don't live by other people's opinions of yourself. And that's
That's right.
another thing we do. We so afraid we gotta have other people's approval. Nah, man, be yourself. You the man. You the prize. Be yourself.
That's right.
And don't worry about what people say about you. If you make a decision, if you lose people, all well. They did you a favor. Because
That's
as a
right.
man, I gotta be about my business. I ain't got time to play. Don't waste my time, and I won't waste your time. And that's another thing too, cuz setting the standard for yourself. You gotta let
Yep.
people know straight up, hey, don't waste my time. If you waste my time, I'm cutting you off.
That's right.
We gotta be like, don't and stop being afraid to tell the people what you expect. We be so afraid to tell people what we expect. Nah, you
Yep.
tell them what you expect. Hey, this is who I am. This is where I'm at. I value my time. Please do not waste my time. I can't stand that. If you waste my time, I'm cutting you off. I don't deal with you because
That's
time is
right.
value. And I'm not just talking because I hate that. That pisses me off a lot. Don't waste
Yeah.
my time. Be serious. Let's
Yeah.
do this thing. If you're not
Yeah.
serious, kick rocks. So move
Man.
on.
And you know what? God knows, man. Because I know I've been there before. And these are all experiences. You know what I'm saying? Because man, I remember talking to my uncle Levester and Levester Jackson, and he said, I was telling him all this stuff I had been through, how people cross me. And he said, man, you know what your problem is? You didn't draw a line in the sand.
Mm,
He was like, if you would have drew that line in the sand, they would never cross you like that because they would have knew that you weren't gonna play that and it was over. You
right.
know what I mean? And so you have to do that. You have to do it. And if they don't like it, good. They don't need to be in your life. They need
Mm,
to, they need to go over there where they can do that stuff to someone else. But the one thing for sure, they know you're not having.
that's it. Hey, the
Yes.
man has set standards, fellas. Let me tell you something. These women, they set standards for themselves.
Sure do.
Fellas, y'all need to set standards for yourself. Stop being so weak. Let somebody know where you at. This is who you are. That gives them the choice whether they're gonna roll with you or not. Stop
All right.
accepting. And I was guilty of that too, because
Yeah.
allowing people and to come in. It ain't no folks' fault. It ain't the situation. It was my fault. You know why? Because I opened that door.
Right.
You know, I said
Right.
this last night too on the show. I can knock on your front door, but it's up to you to let me in.
Right.
You don't have to let me in. I can knock to get your attention, but it's up to you to open that door. So it's not
That's right.
nobody else's fault. I hear a lot of people tell me, I had this bad part in my life. No, because you allow that person to come in. Nobody don't have to come into your life. We accept that because we don't have the standard. So
Yeah.
we don't have no standard. We let everything come in, and then you want to say, man, this person did me wrong. They did no, because we allow them to do us wrong.
Right.
You're gonna lose
Right.
people. We want to be so friendly. We want everybody to like us. Everybody's not gonna like you. That's nothing we gotta get. We gotta get rid. We gotta be delivered from that. Everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna be receptive of you. We get so
Right.
caught up in social media. We get caught up in so many likes. We get so many caught up in followers. Have them people don't even like you anyway. Have them want to see you fail, but you
Yep.
do it because it's something that you love to do, and that's what we on tonight. You gotta take it to another level, fellas. Take it to another level in your life. It's just you. You know what I'm saying? You got God, but you represent you. Have standards for yourself. Have value. Do a mission statement for yourself as well. Not just for you, but if you married, kids, do a mission statement for yourself.
Right.
Set standards. Set some stuff for yourself. And this is like I said, because this is something I apply in my own life. Man, you have to have standards.
And that's the only way. I don't know no other way. You know what I mean? I mean, that's your younger days. I mean, as you become a man, like you say, you put all foolish things behind you. You know what I
Got to.
mean? And you got to take them losses. And that's how we grow. You know what I
That's
mean? That's
it.
how we grow.
That's
That
it.
is
Cause
how we grow.
I ain't gonna lie, cause it was back in the day. If I was the stuff that we're open to now, if this stuff was back in the '90s and stuff like that,
Yeah.
don't tell how well advanced would have been. But hey, it's okay. We're getting this stuff now. You know what I'm saying? We're getting this wisdom
Right.
now, and it comes
Right.
like you said earlier. It comes with experience.
Yep.
So, and you pass that wisdom down onto your children. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've
Yep.
been there before. I've done this before. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the pros. I'm gonna tell you the cons. And that's up to you to make that choice or not. But I explained to you, can't say I ain't tell you nothing,
That's right.
but I can explain the pros and cons to it. So, like I said, man, I know we got a prepare some time tonight, man. I'm very excited about tonight's topic. For those
Yeah.
watching us on Facebook Live, big shout out. First, I'm gonna give a big shout out to Coach Shay, give a big shout out to Anna C, big shout out to Kenny
Coach.
Primetime Williams. To those that's part of the podcast, big shout out to Jermaine for being part of the podcast as well. Big shout out to my cousin, Demetrius as well. Take time out to be the schedule. We hope what was
Right.
said tonight was very helpful. I hope some nuggets was dropped tonight. Like I said, man, command your presence. You know what I'm saying? Take standards
Right.
for yourself. Take
Right.
morals for yourself. Have integrity. Also, man, fellas, also keep your house clean. When I say keep your house clean, make sure you keep yourself clean. Keep your house clean. Keep your car clean. You know what I'm saying? Love you, invest in you, be more organized.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Another thing, man, change some stuff up in your life too. Read different books. Go different places. Check out some museums. Man,
You,
learn different cultures.
you
You know
need
what
to
I'm
put me
saying?
on something, man, for real, especially like with those books. Cause I haven't really found nothing that I like for real. And so I really need someone to kind of like, hey man, slide something over to me, show me, some good books I can read, something with some knowledge in it that can help me grow and
Oh
help my
yeah.
mind expand. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
Because I'm learning, and like I said, because I'm learning a lot of stuff now. And
yeah,
I'm being open minded. Be more open. When you be closed minded, you're not gonna be open to new ideas. But when you open
that's right.
minded, you're gonna be open to new things. Go different places, fellas. Go different places. Check out different man. Evolve. We should be evolving anyway. And like I said, this is something I'm doing in my own life. Learning
Yeah,
different places. There's a lot of places here in Dallas that I want to check out. A lot of different cultures I want to see. You want become interesting.
That's right.
We
That's
gotta
right.
become interested. We're not interested. That woman, nobody don't want to talk to you. You
You
gotta
get
become
bored.
yeah, you be born. You gotta be
Yeah.
interested, man. Life is beautiful what you make out of it. Learn different skills. Learn how to cook. Learn simple things. Buy you some cookbooks.
Yeah.
I know my dad taught my mom how to cook. My dad was big on that. Hey,
Yeah.
learn how to cook. Just in case something happen, you learn how to cook. Man, learn how to cook. Get some cookbook. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling nothing I did, Demetrius as well. I was looking at different foods or different health lists. I go online,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Google, and I type in different health foods. So when I go to the store, I picked out the things that it was already incorporated on the healthy food list.
Yeah.
Constantly growing, man. Be a student of the game. I always want to be a student. Don't be closed-minded. I know we're about to get off. So, cuz you have any final remarks before we get off the air?
Man, I just want to say I'm thankful for being here. It's a blessing. I was nervous coming in. This is my first time, and man, God knows, if you give me that chance again to get back on here, man, I'm definitely gonna do a lot better next time with these topics. I'm so grateful for just being on the air, just being able to just talk about us men and how we need to take charge and how we need to put God first, man. I always
Right,
putting God first and
right.
knowing who you are. You know what I mean? Know who you are. Know where you're going.
That's true.
Be a leader. And all
That's
that
it.
stuff does matter.
That's it, man. Be that leader. Invest in yourself. I'm gonna say it again. Invest in yourself. I'm talking to the fellas. Thank God for the ladies. Ladies, we shout out to y'all, but to the fellas, invest in yourself. Let's invest in us.
Yes.
Learn different things. Start working out. If you're not working
We need to
out,
jump.
start working out. Get you a trainer. Work on your eating. Another thing, work on your work ethic. If you know you've been called out of work all the time, take it behind the work. Show strong work ethic.
That's
If you
right.
if you got your place of employment, you're a business owner. Take it seriously. Put in
Right.
1,000% of what you do. If you are a husband, be a better husband you could be to your wife. Learn how to romance your wife. And I'm not talking about a physical, but in a spiritual way. Romance her
Yes.
mind. I heard this the other night too. You don't sweep
That's
that
deep.
woman off her feet, you sweep off her mind. You blow her mind.
That's
And when you
right.
blow her mind, that does something to her.
That's right.
So not just focus more on the ladies, but like I said, fellas, invest in yourself. Your hygiene, fellas, take care of your hygiene. Stay groomed for yourself. Make sure you keep your hair cut. If you got braids, whatever, make sure you keep that stuff up. Keep yourself looking good. Feel good about yourself. The ladies gonna feel good about themselves. They getting their hair did, they getting their nails did,
Yes, did.
they getting all that because they feel good about themselves.
They're like a whole different person.
They do because they feel good about themselves. So
Got
fellas,
some
do the
little
same
makeup
thing
on.
for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get your feet did. I get my feet did all the time. I got to go back and get them did again. Get your feet done. There's nothing wrong with getting your feet did. Love yourself. Get your nails done. Love yourself, guys. Love yourself. Be a better version of yourself.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
right.
integrity. I know we said we're gonna get off. We're gonna ready to get off, man. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we about to sign off. See y'all next Tuesday night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. Back to the regular schedule. Y'all have a great night, and most importantly, have fun becoming a better version of you. Get your notebook, get your pen, pencil, whatever you need.
That's
Write
right.
out what you need. Write out what you desire. That's what I did that the other day. I wrote the date. I said, Furman Jackson Jr., such and such, such and such, such and such, and go back over what you write. You writing your own story. Cause we writing our own story.
That's right.
It's good to read other books, but write a story about you.
Have a whole book
Your
about
name.
yourself.
As that,
Yeah.
your name, your legacy, your rules, your standards. I just want to leave that with y'all tonight. Love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all next time. Peace.
All right.